we had so many great guests. Loved Neil Gaiman. Getting to meet him was amazing. Of course, Woz was on many times. Loved him. Loved Mitnick too. They were great. God, so many people. I'll never forget. We had. I've forgotten her name now. Let me go look it up before I get it wrong. The singer behind Tom's Diner. Probably nowadays I will mention her name and nobody will know who I'm talking about. But Tom's Diner, Tom's Diner, as it turned out, was used by the folks at Fraunhofer when they created the MC3. They were looking for a way to make sure that it was, because MP3 is heavily compressed, right? They were Suzanne Vega. They were looking for a way to make sure that the human voice was reproduced accurately. And Suzanne Vega had done an a cappella song called Tom's Diner. Do, 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 do. And so they used that to refine the MP3 encoding, the compression algorithm for MP3. So knowing that, we had Suzanne Vega come in and we had her sing Tom's Diner a cappella. Not the big hit, was remixed later, but the a cappella version. And just sitting there and watching her sing that in the same studio was pretty amazing. Her boyfriend was back in New York, and she was having trouble getting to him. So the other thing we did is we helped her get Skype working. I guess it was Skype. I don't remember what it was. It probably was Skype back then. Was there Skype around? We got Skype or something like it working, and we put him on a chair in a laptop, and she got to talk to him, which was hysterical. We got to be the screensavers for Suzanne Vega. That's a very fun moment. Brian Eno, got to talk to him. He had just done a new album, the great composer, and he gave me a copy of it signed, which one of my producers stole and still has. But Eno, his claim to fame, he was a geek too, was no one knew how to program the synthesizer he used better than he. And there were so many great moments. And honestly, it wasn't the big name guests, the Kevin Spaceys of the world, that I really cherish and remember. It was the people that I worked with, They were all incredible. And we were a very tight-knit, close family. And it was really an amazing experience to be with them. And I think, honestly, that was the best part of the show. Not the famous people, but the people I got to work with every day.
So the format of Call for Help was a live show. It was 5 days a week. It was global on TechTv, and it was awesome. The way the show worked was, because it was live, we would get people to call in or use their net cams to communicate to us what the problems were with their computers. And then mostly it was the host of Leo or Chris that would help them fix their computers. I was more there just to introduce the callers and to explain what the problem was. And then the show also had talk of the trends that were happening in technology at the time. We had Brett Larson talking about little Mac problems or shortcuts. And then I did my segment, which was Cat's Clicks, which was awesome. It was just talking about cool websites. I mean, what gets better than that? And if I look back at them, some of them were so old. But one of the cool facts about Cat's Clicks that I've realized now looking back is that I was one of the first people to describe live on air what a social network was. I was talking about the website Dogster. And in order to explain Dogster, I had to explain Friendster. And that was live. Like, I had to explain what it is. And the way I explained it was not using language like, what is a social network? Social network wasn't even a word yet. I explained that you would go on there and you would put up a profile and you would say what you liked. And then people would contact you and say, hey, this is me. I like these things too. Can we be friends? And then you would talk. And like, that was really cool when I realized that. And that all happened through Call for Help. It was just what was happening in tech at the time in combination with a live call-in computer help show. It's pretty.
I remember being challenged when I first hit the scene. People called in and were trying to get me to answer IRQ questions. And I'm like, this is not a call for help kind of question. This is really complex. Like, this is something that someone's trying to rake me over the coals here. Usually I was able to pull through and kind of, peer into the camera and go, are you sure this is the question you're answering or you're asking? I'm pretty sure I got stuck answering those questions, but I knew enough to know whether or not someone was asking a general beginner level question or a more advanced or even intermediate type of question.